Story time, a nigga tried to rob me. So boom, check this out. So me and my brother, we go to the park. You hear me? This is gonna be a quick story. Me and my brother, we go to the park. So we playing basketball with our friends. It get late at night. Friends go home. We finna go home. We last peep at the park. So like, in order for us to go home, it's a big ass park. You hear me? So in order for us to go home, we gotta walk all the way down there. Cause it's the park like a big ass park. So it got like a big ass field. Like the field big as hell. The goal like all the way down there. You hear me? It's 2 court, but like, it's not like full court. It's like, you got a goal right here and a goal on this side. You hear me? And it's like a wide apart. And they got the playground and shit right there. But the other thing is big because they had a soccer field right there. So like the guys, they could come in right there. I had a Mexican friend, but he got deported. You hear me? So like the Mexican people, they could go and play football, whatever. You hear me? Whatever they call it, soccer, football. They go over there and play soccer. You hear me? So boom, it was a big ass field. You hear me? So they got a ditch. We call it, that was the shortcut. You hear me? The ditch with the shortcut. So we walked all the way over there instead of going all the way around. We go the ditch way to the shortcut. You hear me? So it's pitch black at night. The bats start flying out. They had bats and shit. The bats start flying out. You hear me? It's pitch black dark. So we walking, we talking and walking. You hear me? We talking and walking. So check this out. Tell me why we turn around. A nigga say, hey, we turn around, nigga, all Blake. I swear to God. Nigga, all Blake. Keep in mind, I'm 9. You hear me? My brother 10, I'm 9. You hear me? That's how old we was. We turn around. Nigga say, hey, nigga, all Blake. Nigga get to running. We started running. We running. Nigga hit the gate. My brother, he at the top of the gate. I'm still trying to climb and I'm calling his name. I'm like, Mike. I'm trying to get up there. I can't. You hear me? I'm trying. Nigga say, come on. I'm trying. Nigga grab me, put the Glock to my head. I swear to God. It was a real Glock. You hear me? Nigga grab me, put me in the head. He had me like he had this shit like around me. You hear me? Nigga grab me and hit that bitch straight to my head. You hear me? I'm taking Glock damage because the nigga hit it. He tapping my head with that bitch. I'm taking Glock damage. I'm losing 5 HP per tap. You hear me? I'm like, Mike, I'm calling my brother. But then I stopped calling his name. You hear me? I was shocked. I stopped calling that nigga name. That nigga still at the top. I probably called his name like 2 times. You hear me? He's still at the top. He come down. You hear me? He look at me. He come straight down. He said, get out my brother. Get out my brother. Get out my brother. You hear me? I swear to God. You can ask God this shit happened. You hear me? He like, get out my brother. Get out my brother. And then the nigga started laughing. The robber, that nigga started laughing. You hear me? Turns out, that nigga, we knew that nigga. Grown ass man. That nigga about 20 something. You hear me? Grown ass man. We know that nigga. Guess who the nigga was? My cousin boyfriend. Nigga was my cousin boyfriend. That nigga started laughing. He took off his mask. Hi, I got y'all, niggas. I got y'all. We started laughing too, like, nigga said, you was scared, huh? The fuck? What it looked like? You hear me? My brother really came back and helped the nigga though. You hear me? Like, he really helped the nigga, son. I was like, that's my dog for real. Nigga really came back and helped the nigga, son. Like, he ain't never jumped the gate. He was still up top. He came back down. Nigga, get out my brother. If that was real, he could have did my brother in. He could have popped him. You hear me? And I'm thinking like, this nigga finger on the trigger. I don't know if his finger on the trigger, but if his finger was on the trigger, nigga could have ended my life. You hear me? Nigga, is you serious? Like, that's not nothing to joke about, son. You hear me? That shit was crazy. Nigga went back, told my cousin, she got to laughing. Nigga, that shit ain't funny. I could have been a goner. Nigga had me scarred to go back to the park at night. You hear me? Real talk. I remember the Glock too. That bitch was silver. You hear me? I remember that shit. Real talk. Story time, a nigga shanked me. Nigga might be thinking like, damn, how a nigga shank you? Nigga shanked me on my leg. He sliced the shit out of me. You hear me? I thought that nigga was a slasher. Tell me if y'all niggas can see this, bro. You see this right here? You see this cut? This long cut right here? You see that bit? Hold on, you see that bit? That bit look darker than it is. That's that light making it bright. You hear me? But that bit way darker than it is. So boom. I with my cousin and my brother, right? And we walking, bro. So we like, man, let's go play ball. You hear me? So we go to the park. And we like, hey, we finna go play ball, bro. So we go to the park. We ain't got our ball with us, man. We like, hey, we can play with you? This dude, he was like with 5 people. You hear me? He was like, yeah, for sure. So we played 21. I don't know if y'all niggas know what 21 is, but I'm pretty sure y'all niggas should know what 21 is. You hear me? So we playing 21. The 21 we play, like niggas could foul, bro. You hear me? Like that's what they was doing. They was allowing niggas to foul. You hear me? So we playing 21. They allowing niggas to foul. I'm like, bro, foul. You hear me? He like, shit, no, we can foul. I'm like, huh? He said, yeah, we can foul. Like, I'm talking about these niggas, at this point, they're not even playing basketball. Because these niggas, you could double dribble, all type of shit. You hear me? Shit, we can foul, it's all good. Just can't foul more than 5 times. What you mean you can't? You gonna get fouled out. My nigga, is you serious? You hear me? He followed me, he grabbed me out by my, pulling me around like, man, you hear me? So I get to follow him back. He ain't like the way I was following him. You hear me? So I'm like, man, you gonna have to get it how you live, man. You following me. You following me. You gonna have to get it how you live. You hear me? Gangster just straight crashed out. He like, man, follow, man. Stop following me. I'm like, man, you follow me. You hear me? Like, we having a following contest. Like, my nigga, what you mean? I follow this nigga back, he following me. Nigga, just straight crashed out. What up, shoot the one. I'm like, man, I ain't even trying to fight you, son. I just met you. We could really be friends on some shit. You hear me? I just met you, son. Like, real talk. Nigga like, man, what up? Shoot the one he with 5 niggas at the time. I'm with me and my cousin and my brother. You hear me? 3 of us versus 5 niggas. But I ain't look at it like that. Nigga want to fight me. So I'm like, man, they like, hey, y'all go ahead and shoot the one. Just shoot the little friendly or whatever. I don't even know this nigga. What you mean a friendly? If I fight this nigga, I'm finna fight this nigga for real. You hear me? They like, go ahead and fight. Go ahead and fight. I'm like, I bet. My brother and my cousin, them, they ready. Just in case the nigga jump in. Even though if they do jump in, we might lose. But it is what it is. You hear me? So boom, me and Gangsta get to fighting. We fighting. I'm sticking them with them bitches. I'm delivering them bitches to him like Amazon. You hear me? Yeah. You hear me? I'm delivering them bitches to him. I ain't straight hit him. Gangsta straight hit the ground. Keep in mind, this nigga got long socks on. You hear me? He straight hit the ground. He hit the ground. He get back up. I let him get back up. I ain't that type of nigga to like when you get dropped, I ain't finna get on top of you and start punching on you. You hear me? That happened to me before. A nigga got on top of me and started punching on me twice. Like, nigga, what the fuck? Let a nigga get up. You hear me? So I ain't that type of nigga to do that to a nigga. Boom. I let Gangsta get back up. We get a fighting again. You hear me? I'm sticking him. He's sticking me. I ain't gonna lie. He was hitting me with something. You hear me? I'm sticking him. I'm driving him. I'm driving him. You hear me? Real talk. He banging up against the tree. I'm punching him on the tree. But what I didn't realize, when I'm punching him on the tree, he not swinging back. You hear me? He reaching for something in his long ass socks. So he had a shank in his sock. You hear me? Nigga took that bit out, flipped that bit up. He had one of flippable shanks. That flippable shank, he flipped that bit and shanked my leg. That bit like, he shanking my shit. Slashed my stupid ass. Nigga, they straight slashed me. He called his cousins, come on. They just straight ran. They ran from the party. Nigga must have thought I was gonna die or some shit. You hear me? Nigga straight slashed my leg. I mean, that bit leaking, I swear. I just showed y'all niggas my shank slash. You hear me? I ain't go to the park for like a week. I had to wait until my shit healed up. You hear me? Real talk. I think it was like 2 weeks, my nigga. I was inside the whole time watching Disney XD. You hear me? Real talk. I'm like, man, nigga, they straight shanked me. So what to go? You hear me? I mean, they be mad as a bitch. I'm like, man, nigga, they shanked me, big brother, like we in jail. One time I had a fight with the Amazon delivery driver. You hear me? So boom, check this out. So I ordered me a package. You hear me? My shit fragile. However you say that fucking word, my shit fragile. You hear me? So I'm like, damn. I'm like, look, check this out, bro. I ordered a whole nother monitor. This is the one monitor I got right here. This monitor right here, the one I'm shaking right here. This one I got, I ordered 2. I had to send that bit right back. You hear me? So boom, check this out. So boom, I ordered my package. My package coming right now. It show you on the app where your driver at, how many stops he gone. You hear me? So it's telling me he gonna be here in a certain amount of time. I look out the peephole. I ain't finna come. You hear me? I look out the peephole. I'm watching him. He that be listening to too much Young Boy. I heard it. You hear me? He listening to Young Boy Murder Business. You hear me? Dude, straight got the package. He got the package. It got the little handle on the package. It got the handle. He got the package. Then he throw the package by the door. That nigga playing bowling with my package. You hear me? He got the package and he bowling my shit. He and that be like, scan that bitch. He scanned it. Got the package, then bowled that bitch straight to the door. Nigga, that's a computer. That's a monitor up in there. You hear me? I got a whole monitor up in my box. I opened the door before he left. I said, hey, what you doing? He said, what you talking about? I said, man, you just threw my package, bro. He said, no. I said, you see it say fragile on it, huh? He said, bro, that's why I put it down nicely. I said, my nigga, I was watching you the whole time. What you mean you put it down nicely? I was watching you the whole time. You hear me? Nigga said, man, I put that bit down nicely. I don't know what you talking about. I said, nah, I'm about to beat you up. What up? I might shoot the one with you right now. And nigga like, man, I'll fight you when I come back. I got 10 more stops. Nigga, you finna fight me right now because I know you ain't coming back. You hear me? Nigga say, I got 10 more stops. I'm gonna fight you when I'm finished. I'm on a time limit, bro. I'm gonna fight you when I'm finished. Nigga, fuck that time limit. Gangsta and that be like, man, you holding me up, bro. I got a time limit. You hear me? I'm like, man, fuck that time limit, man. I'm hitting him. You know, wait. I'm telling you, son. I'm hitting him with so many 90-degree angles. You hear me? Gangsta, they hit the ground. Nigga head bounced off the concrete. That nigga bounced up. When his head bounced up, his shit bouncing up. You hear me? His shit bouncing up every time. I'm timing it. You hear me? I'm timing it. His shit bouncing up. You hear me? I'm timing it. I'm timing it. You hear me? So I done took a step back. Dude and got up. Dude got up. He done straight got my package and threw it at me. You hear me? I'm taking package damage. So I'm like, all right, bet. Nigga throwing the package at me. I'm taking package damage. You hear me? Nigga, they push me on the ground. I took push damage. You hear me? Nigga push me and get the stumping on me. I'm taking stumping damage. You hear me? 3 damages. I got nerfed. I get back up. I get my own package and I slap them with the package. You hear me? Cause show y'all niggas proof. Right here. Come on, man. Nigga, they got to grab me. I'm like, get above me. Get above me. He holding on my jacket. I'm like, he holding on my jacket. I'm getting him up. I'm getting him above me. You hear me, man? Don't touch me. You hear me? I done zipped him in that bitch, man. He done left with a bloody nose. Mouth got the leak in it all. I'm like, I bet you won't throw another nigga package. And nigga said, I bet I won't. You hear me? Nigga, they straight walked out and like, I had to get a refund. Straight call Amazon. I ain't gonna lie. I whooped that nigga ass, so it wasn't no point in me giving that nigga 0 stars. I said, I'm gonna let that slide, little one. I should have gave you 0 stars, but shit, I ain't tell him what happened. You hear me? I just straight got a refund. I said my shit broke. I let that nigga slide. So boom, story time. I went on a 2-man going wrong. So I with my Big Teasy and his friend. You hear me? I call that nigga Big Teasy. So boom, Big Teasy called me. I'm like, whoa, now what's that with the Big Teasy? He like, hey, I want you to come on this 2-man with me. I'm like, hey, bitch, come school me up right now. You hear me? So boom, Big Teasy pulled up. I go outside. I'm finna open the door. I open the door. On the passenger seat, he got a Baconator, large fries, honey mustard dipping sauce, and a Diet Dr. Pepper. You hear me? I'm like, whoa, nah. How you got a Diet Dr. Pepper with a Baconator, large fries, and honey mustard dipping sauce? I tried to reach in for a fry. He popped me. He said, nah, you can't get a fry. You can't get a fry. No fry. I said, let me get a fry. No fry. I'm like, okay. Why you being selfish, gangster? You hear me? Gangster, the straight told me how I'm being selfish. I'm bringing you on the 2-man. You better be grateful. I locked in. You right. You hear me? You right. I better lock in. So boom, we get to pull it up. I'm like, say, what she at? Like, how many it is? You hear me? How many? He like, man, they got a big one and they got a skinny one. I want the big one. I said, okay, which is understandable because look at yourself. You hear me? That's a perfect combination. Perfect. You hear me? Combination. So boom, we pulled up to the location. Get out the whip. We pull in. Knock on the door. Yo, who is it? Big Cheesy? I'm finna open the door. Hold on. Big Cheesy. Nigga, she said she finna open the door. You hear me? So boom, nigga, straight open the door. Tell me when we get in, big brother. Check this out, big brother. When we get in, tell me why it got 3 niggas sitting on the couch. Gangster niggas. You hear me? I know a gangster when I see one. Nigga got the pole on his lap. One nigga smoking a Joe. You hear me? Another nigga playing 2K. That's a whole combination right there. I'm spooked. The nigga got me spooked. I open the door. Instantly, my heart drop. I'm spooked in this bitch. You hear me? I look at Big Cheesy. Big Cheesy look at me. He nodded his head. I don't know what that shit meant, but I nodded my shit back and we kept it pushing it. You hear me? So boom. Like, who these niggas is? You hear me? After we got with the girls, we like, who these niggas is? You hear me? Shit, and they'd be like, oh, that's my cousin. They finna go anyway. You hear me? When she said that, that's when I cracked a smile. She said, oh, that's my cousin. We finna go anyway. I said, yeah, okay. So boom, she just straight brought us to the room. She brought us to the room where the other girl was not there. You hear me? So I'm like, Big Cheese, like, where the big girl at? You hear me? He like, shit, she about to be on the way she should be, huh? They cousins though. You hear me? I'm like, for real? Like, the fuck? I'm spooked. I'm telling you, my heart is beating like no other. You hear me? I'm telling you, son. She and that bitch chilling with us, son. We like, well, girl, listen. She like, oh, she finna come right now. You hear me? She just on her phone. She barely talking to a nigga. I'm trying to create conversation because that's mine. You hear me? That's what I'm here for. You hear me? So we in that bitch, we chatting a little bit, but not that much. You hear me? She just on her phone. I should have known from the start. When I seen them niggas, it was going to be a setup. I should have known. We sitting upstairs. You hear me? Next thing you know, niggas came and that bitch just start opening the door. Niggas started opening the door. You hear me? They came and that bitch sitting down. You hear me? They be Big Cheesy looking at them niggas breathing hard as a bitch. He breathing hard as a bitch. Nigga having a panic attack. I'm like, you good? What the fuck? I'm thinking they finna come ask us something. Them niggas didn't look at us. Nigga with the pole on his lap. Oh my God. The pole on his lap. I'm scared. I'm terrified. You hear me? So I mean, they be trying to play it cool. I mean, they be like, I got my water bottle. I mean, they be like, type shit. What's that with y'all though? You hear me? What it is? Nigga, they be like, shit, what y'all got in your pockets? I be like, no. You hear me? You hear me? Why my pockets? No. You hear me? What y'all got in your pockets? Man, I just straight got up. I'm trying to go for the nearest exit. You hear me? I just straight got up. What you mean what I got in my pocket? I started digging. You hear me? I ain't gonna lie. I started digging. I mean, that bitch. Shit, I got a phone. A wallet. You hear me? I got the digging in my pockets. I'm like, no. That bitch Big Cheese is still sitting down. You hear me? But them niggas wouldn't, bro. Something told me like these niggas ain't gonna do nothing for real. You hear me? I look to my side. She just straight evaporated. I couldn't even find the bitch. You hear me? She evaporated, my nigga. I'm like, where the fuck this bitch disappeared to? You hear me? I look at Big Cheesy. I'm tapping that nigga, lock in, bitch. You gotta make up a plan. You hear me? You a big nigga. You better pancake these niggas like it's football. You better run these niggas over. You hear me? Do something to get us out of this situation because your bitch ass got us up here. You hear me? So boom, both of us get to standing up. We standing up. You hear me? One of them niggas sitting down, 2 of them niggas up. I look at the door, that bitch wide open. We upstairs. I'm trying to calculate everything. I'm analyzing the situation. I'm like, okay, this nigga sitting down. We got a big nigga. I got a big nigga on my team. If I could get this nigga to run or something trigger this nigga brain, nigga run. Push this nigga down, you bigger. You hear me? Big, this pancake these niggas. I'm saying that in my head. You hear me? Soon as you go for the run, I'm coming behind you. You hear me? So it's like this nigga was reading my mind. You hear me? I'm talking about before the nigga ran, he tapped me. Before he raised it, I said, he got to run. Nigga hit the ground. I got the door. I slammed that bitch behind me. You hear me? Trying to knock a nigga loose. I slammed that bitch behind me. I ain't got to run. I'm in that bitch. We get outside, we running. Big cheesy. That niggas is fast, bro. Big niggas is fast. They gonna outrun a nigga, especially in a situation like this. That nigga was like the Flash. Wait for me, Big Cheesy. I'm skinny as a bitch. How the fuck I'm not catching up? Wait for me, Big Cheesy. Nigga straight went to the vehicle. You hear me? I'm slamming all the doors. I'm knocking out trash cans. I'm knocking down everything. Niggas gotta jump over that shit. They ain't finna catch a nigga. You hear me? I pull out my phone. I got 911 on speed dial. You hear me? I'm finna, yeah, you hear me? I turn my phone around. The nigga still chasing. I got my phone in the air. I got 911 on the thing. Nigga get to turning around. You hear me? Nigga get to turning around. Running. Hit the go. Nigga scared off. You hear me? Nigga scared off with it. Made it out the situation. I look at that nigga. And nigga look at me. And nigga say, you want to go to Burger King and talk about what just happened? Fuck it. It's on you, huh? Yeah, it's on me. I bet. Let's go. We went straight with the Burger King. We just straight went to the Burger King. We just straight got the jokes and we talking. We like, man, we just laughing about this shit. Meanwhile, my heart's still beating. I'm having nightmares about this shit and I'm not even asleep.